The Center for New Americans has been a community-based education and resource center for immigrants and refugees in Western Massachusetts for close to 30 years. And for more than a decade, the organization has mixed business and artistic expression by holding a fundraiser called 30 Poems in November, where people write, read, and raise money to support the center's free classes and services. Producer Dave Frazier brings us more about both the event and the work that CNA does.
I want to know how the sunrise speaks and the full moon turns your head.
One by one, participants took to the podium to share their literary work. 30 Poems in November was launched in 2008 as an annual fundraiser for the Center for New Americans. Both experienced and novice writers participated, each crafting a poem a day throughout the month.
It's an incredible concept that people contact people they know and say, would you support me? Would you sponsor me? I'm going to do this. Instead of running a race, I'm going to write a poem a day. Would you give me X number of dollars per poem?
I want to say thank you for these poems, for the promise to write every day.
Our goal was $65,000 this year. And one of our friends who just loves poetry said, how about you get to 100,000? How about you raise your goal of 65,000, and if you hit it, I will organize a match.
Well, they did, and with the help of that match, along with 103 poetry writers who participated this year, the organization more than met their goal. And at a time when services like this are needed more than ever, according to CNA's director, Lori Millman.
We're working with Catholic Charities, and we're welcoming Afghan evacuees. And in the last 3 weeks, we have enrolled 31 new students, which is a lot for us. We're a small program. And that's in addition to Haitian migrants, Guatemalan refugees, and all the other students that we're currently serving in 3 different locations.
The event was held last November at the Center for the Arts in Northampton. Readers gathered in person while others joined by Zoom to share their poems. Christine Maribel, who immigrated to this country from the Dominican Republic when she was younger, was one of the participants who shared her poem.
I had a hard time deciding which poem I was going to read, and I actually read a few to one of my friends just to hear myself and to get her opinion. And I finally chose on one that I think fits for the Center for New Americans because the title is Belong.
I am a mere speck, but I too have my place in this universe. I too belong.
Sarah Sullivan has been the event chair for several years. Throughout the month of November, she organized workshops and offered online support to help inspire and motivate participants to fulfill their pledge of a poem a day.
I had never seen where the Center for New Americans was my first 2 years writing until I had to come drop off a check or something. So I wanted the workshop to be here in person. And it was amazing, the gathering we had, the talent that you hear when you're there from youngsters and old relics. It's incredible.
What do you want? What do you want on the darkest day?
It's just the most welcoming space you can imagine. And you do see people who are nervous, but I think that it probably emboldens them because the reception they get is so warm that they might feel less, nervous the next time.
Amherst Middle School student Maribel Hidalgo shared a poem about her experience leaving her native land of El Salvador and coming to America for the first time.
My ama, my tia, my abuelita, and abuelito are crying as we give each other the last hug. I'm happy because I think I'm going on a field trip. The new places that I've never seen seemed so beautiful. When night came and I saw we were not going home, I began to panic. But I knew that as long as me and my mom were together, we would be okay.
Well, I just kind of wanted to share my story and what was going through my mind when we moved here, because I was pretty small, so I was pretty confused on the whole situation.
Yeah. Can you spell washing?
Washing.
With the funds raised, the Center for New Americans can continue with its mission to provide underserved immigrant, refugees, and migrant communities of this region with educational resources to learn English, become involved community members, and obtain tools necessary to maintain economic independence and stability.
We'll see people who start speaking 5 words of English, and we'll, over the course of several years, watch them, achieve their goals, their version of the American dream, whatever that is, one step at a time.